race number 2, and it is a sea of GT86s out front. Seems like most people went for Fiat first race, and GT86 second race here. So we got Gem Knight and Sharky on the front row, and then Magnet next to me. I think our first Fiat is in maybe 7th or 8th place, so pretty far back. See how this goes. Pretty close times. I thought the Fiat was going to be significantly slower. I do think the GT86 is better over the course of the run, though. We'll see. I don't think I feel as comfortable in this car as I do in the Fiat, but pretty comfortable. Hopefully we have a good launch here and can make some headway through Gem and Sharky. Let's see what we do. Alright. As used to be the case, we still got it. As far as getting starts in Assetto Corsa, I don't know why. Interesting. Somehow my ABS has gotten turned off, and I do not want it to be. That was very bizarre. I have TC off, but I didn't have ABS off in practice, as far as I know, or it just didn't catch. Could be that it just didn't catch. Should be awkward. Nice stylish drift from Sharky there. As you do. No, yeah, we are definitely ABS-less right now. Okay. Why has this happened? And can I fix it? No, I cannot. Alright. That's fantastic news. I've got to completely relearn how I was driving this car over the course of this race while battling for the lead. I typically leave, when I have road cars in this game, I leave ABS on because these brakes are designed to be used with ABS. Sharky, please! It's going to be a major issue for me. I'm going to change my whole braking philosophy, basically. I wonder how that got changed. I don't understand. Oh well, there's nothing I can do about it now, apparently. So we're just gonna have to push through. Try to relearn. I'm sorry, Gem, but I don't want to lock the fronts up again. Seems like turn 1 is the major sticking point for it. The rest of the turns I can modulate pretty well. The real trouble will be trying to modulate the brakes racing, like door-to-door, stuff like that. Sharky. What a show-off. Darn tootin' show-off. I missed 4th gear there. 4th gear that I don't even entirely know why I went to at that point. Just got me a little off my rhythm now. I felt like I had gotten into a nice little rhythm with this car, and now it's been disrupted. Couldn't get it wound up. Starting to hit random buttons on the keyboard. That might be what ABS is. Ooh, easy there, Mr. 86. Seems to be so ginger into the not to lock them up. These cars just have so much front brake bias. They naturally use ABS. There was once a time I had a button for it on the steering wheel, but apparently that has been reset. Ooh, lag, that scared me significantly. Trying not to follow Sharky's lines because I could tell he's not exactly trying to stick to them at the moment. He's Sharky, he doesn't need to. The man's a robot. Half fish, half human, half robot. How is that possible, you ask? Science will never know. This was our best lap. And that was actually my best lap ever in the car, so I must be adapting to the no ABS pretty well. It says locking up the brakes into turn 1 again. Properly threshold, these brakes could probably stop more effectively without ABS. It's just a matter of me figuring out what that proper threshold is. The good news is I'm leaving lots of skid marks on the track for me to learn or have braking points for the future. Kind of just biding his time here. Again, learning where my weaknesses are. He's a pretty crafty racer. He knows how to read another driver pretty well. And after all the times we've raced together, I'm probably a pretty easy read. Another good lap. Sharky's now gone into the 22, so we'll just pretend that he's not even in front of us, basically. A little bit better on the lockup, not a great exit. Trying to be smooth. This car rewards smoothness. It's a very much so momentum-based car. Go back and remember our first seasons of the Colander series. That was a big part of that whole championship, was learning how to drive this car just as smooth as you could while still trying to be fast, you know? A slower entry there, but it paid off on the exit, I think. I very much so want his rear tires to go off from from all of this. Then he'll actually be competitive with us. Got a big run in the middle of the turn there, but it couldn't quite hold it. It was a nice run. Guess Moose has had some issues. 22. I was hoping to pull a 22 out of the hat. That was a bit deep, but it actually somewhat stuck. Like we're in a green delta of that. folks to drive than was the Fiat, for sure. And I think a lot of that is the brakes. Jeez, it really likes to snap out of that turn. Got this thing set up with a lot of front camber and a little rear camber to try and make it just kind of ride that edge of being oversteery, which is what you want with a momentum car like this. You want it to be just teetering on the edge of oversteer so that you're not getting bound up with it. But you don't want to be hanging it out sideways either, unless you're Sharky. Like it's starting to get a little bit more slidey now that the fuel's burning off, perhaps. See, I'm loving that skid mark right there. It's giving me a very good braking point for this turn. Good job, past me. Thanks, past me. This time around. I think that really shows the 86 is the harder car to drive at the limit. It may seem like an easier car to drive at first glance, like when you first start driving it, but I think once you start pushing it to the limits, it's a much more technical car to drive than the Fiat. Popping out of fifth gear. Should probably just let it ride in fourth to avoid that issue. Could be that my shifter has shifted. And is that a little bit of an angle or something? Saw that yellow flag there, Shark. Fun to drive this car when it's wagging its tail like that, but it doesn't make time doing that for sure. I feel like Jim's starting to mount his attack at this point. I was trying my best to cool the tires down a little bit. Stay off of them wear-wise. These are street tires and they're not necessarily made for vigorous lap after lap track use like this. Anyway, by the time it actually stuck. It's filling our mirror now. Out of that turn all of a sudden. You can really tell how much more effectively I'm able to brake it now, but I have a feeling that once the pressure's really on, it's going to be an issue of me locking them up that would let them by. Magnet's in fifth. I don't know how far back he is, and that's going to be a deciding factor on the overall winner here. or the overall second place, most likely. Sharky's probably pretty safely in the overall winner's spot right now. Ooh, yeah, we both got loose there. We got a little bit more loose than I did, but I think we carried a lot of speed through turn 1, and it finally unwound itself after that. I have my car set up maybe a touch looser than his. Using a lot of engine braking, being very difficult, or very hard on the engine doing that. But it's balancing out the braking, getting rid of some of that front bias, knocking those rears down. Oh, Gem very wide there. Good news for us. Anyway, I would like to see this battle play out, but more than that, I'd rather beat him. Like racing with Gem, it's so interesting how he's developed as a sim racer, from the kid who hadn't really done it before to this guy that sim races all the time, and I think has far surpassed my level of expertise. But more than anything, we just seem to have a very similar race style. End up near each other. This has been a very nice sporty lap here. I don't know where it came from, but this might be our first 22. 22.8. It's coming to life for me. Bested Sharky by quite a bit that lap. A lot of it is just getting more comfortable with the brakes. I honestly did do a lot more laps with the Fiat than this car because I found it more interesting to drive. Best race. I think it was. I think it proved that quite well. We're closing, but we're not closing in any rate of speed that's going to make this interesting, I don't think. I'm sure you could turn on his robot axe in any second if he needed it. Gem's pushing too hard now. Yep, he went back down to a 22.8 that lap, as expected. Basically pulled out the exact amount of time I had made up there. Lost the nose a bit there. And that's what happens when you lose the nose. You wind up a lot of steering into it, and then it uncorks out of the turn and springs loose. Come on, baby. We gotta keep it going straight here. Easy now. Easy does it. little snap when it does now. Love the way you can carry the back end out of there. That is a lot of fun. Look at the skid marks there for me. Dirt. Seeing an awful lot of dirt up ahead from old Sharky. He's probably getting bored. All of a sudden. Don't really know why. Maybe that little bit of tire wear that it has. I certainly didn't try this setup at all with worn tires with low fuel. Not that you do a lot with the setup on these, but the little you can do really can make it come alive. Zero steering input on that, like it just gets sideways like that all on its own, really. But it's super fluid to correct. Not really giving it very much input to do it. Oh shoot! Bad cone dodger. Literally forgot where I was on track and was braking for this turn and turn early. Bad cone dodger. Really dumb. I was up there on the list of dumbest things I've ever done. I didn't even realize until halfway through the turn, and I was like, wow, this thing's just like got a lot of grip through this turn. Oh wait. As long as he doesn't like get a draft run on us, we'll be fine. Floating the turns a little better than he is. Certainly a lot looser than he is. That's a good thing, though. Helps us get a good launch out of turns like this. This is the one we brake for. This is not the one we brake for. It's the next one. Got it. A lot of brake control there. Oh, what a run out of the carousel. That was very nice. Where we are just absolutely slaying him. This should be our last lap here. Last lock up for old time's sake. One last drift for old time's sake. talking about. If we came under attack, I was gonna have a hard time on the brakes. Overdrive this turn. Hug that inside. Hug it. This is where our car's been a lot better than his. Oh, we have one more lap. Son of a bitch. I was not ready for that. Final lap. I don't know if that means this is the final lap or not. Race over, it was. Woo! Woo! Another good race with Gem. Another easy victory for sure. We'll have to look at the final results to see where everybody shakes out. Two very, very different races there for sure. I think we learned quite a bit about these two cars. And had a good time. Alright, here you go. The final results of this Assetto Corsa Challenge Series event with the Abarth 500 S1 and the GT86. Pretty close for second place here between myself and Gem, which makes sense in considering we battled it out in both races. But overall, not a lot of super close battles in this field. Kind of curious why that is, and why it is that the second race seems to be the race that really decided everything. If you look at the standings of the first race, a little bit more jumbled up here. The standings are kind of all over the place. But then when you go to race 2, pretty much the order of race 2, at least for the top 5, decided the order of the overall event. Personally, I really loved race 1, even though it was a little derpy and we had our troubles in that race. It was very enjoyable. And if you look at it, everybody is free to pick whatever car they want, whenever they want. It's kind of strange, but for whatever reason, everybody tended to go for the Abarth in the first race and the GT86 in the second race. Whether that has any bearing on why the second race wasn't quite as competitive as the first, I don't know. And that's part of what is making the challenge series fun and interesting for me, is that we're going to experience a lot of different kind of cars, and we're going to have a lot of different kinds of races. This race was still interesting for me. It was more of a struggle. Now, I wish I hadn't had the braking issues that I had. I think my personal issues with braking is what kind of separated that front pack out very early there, and it took me a long time in the race to really get that sorted. So there's a lot of different factors at play, but I do think the Abarth is a more interesting racing car, at least on this track, than the GT86 ended up being. And that's just my very low evidence, vague take on this whole ordeal. But I hope everybody enjoyed. I hope all the competitors had a good time, and I look forward to doing more of these in the future. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.